Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's Anxiety Offline, back again today for another video. This is one I'm really excited about. I got one of the new obstacle sets from Stoked I. This is a really cool Pro Series set that features two metal obstacles. I thought I missed out on these. I couldn't find them in stock anywhere, but I managed to get one. I'm really excited. Let's take a closer look at the set together and get into the video. All right, just grabbed it off the porch. Here it is from Target.com. Stalked that website for days and just randomly I went to go refresh it and saw it was in stock and I grabbed it. Boom, like that. Probably within like 5 or 10 minutes it was sold out, so I'm super glad that I was able to grab it. But here it is. Of course, Target does not use bubble wrap. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's a metal obstacle anyway, or metal obstacles. Let's get into it and see what it looks like. Very excited. Having metal picnic table is definitely going to be very fun. I'll use some bubble wrap. There's some in here, so that's good. Very heavy packaging. Here it is. Definitely about the size I expected, probably for the box. Very heavy though, so that's pretty cool. So there it is. You can see the picnic table and the bike rack there on the front. So those are going to be the two pieces in there. As you can see, looks very cool. If you want to pause the video and take a closer look, feel free. It also comes with a skate tool, which is pretty cool. I don't really have many of those Stoked I skate tools, so we'll see if it's cool at all. If it works well. Hopefully it does. But either way, I guess they have to because you have to put it together, and it also includes little screws. That's probably why they really give it to you. But either way, just broke the seal here, and let's open it up and see how everything looks. Ooh, we got some fingerboarding gear built for pros, little package insert there, and then we also got some instructions on how to kind of put everything together, which is pretty cool. And we got some protective stuff in here, and here is the tabletop surface. It looks really nice. It's actually like maybe a little bit smaller than I expected, but it's pretty much about the size I thought it would be, so that's pretty cool. It's definitely the size where it's small enough you probably could, like, once it's all put together, obviously, probably be a decent travel obstacle, but super high quality, very heavy. Just the top piece itself is just a very heavy piece of metal. It's got the Stoked I Pro logo kind of embossed in there, which is pretty cool. And very heavy. I like the lines in there as well. It definitely feels like kind of, looks realistic. I feel like I've seen picnic tables in real life that have that same kind of patterning on there, so it's pretty cool. It'll also feel really nice when grinding. And little benches feel equally as nice and weighty, very heavy. You can tell they're made from like a nice quality die cast or, whatever it may be. And I imagine it is probably die cast, so that being said, if you wanted to, you probably even could treat this kind of like a Hot Wheel. I know some of y'all know I used to really enjoy customizing Hot Wheels. So, kind of in theory, you could kind of treat this thing like a Hot Wheel body, hit it with some aircraft paint thinner, melt the paint off, and then repaint it kind of any color you wanted to. Probably using some like Tamiya model paint or something kind of meant for metal, but I wonder if we will see any customs of these. That could be kind of cool. There's the other bench piece. We got all three out. And here's the bike rack. Looks really nice. It's kind of a raw metal. Let's get it out of there. That's really cool. It's and then this should work well with the Stoked I bikes, I'm pretty sure. I think the wheels should fit like right through there. Definitely got some nice weight to it as well. Nice detail. Pretty tall, I gotta say too. It's taller than I thought it would be. That's pretty cool. And here is. Then we're getting down to the bottom of the box here. We got the two legs for the picnic table. So those will kind of go together with the benches, and we'll put it all together in a minute. But there is the legs. Looks like those are kind of like a powder coated metal as well, because they're like a nice bright uniform silver, kind of compared to the bike rack, which is more of like a raw, which is more just like a raw die-cast look. There's no coating on there, I'm pretty sure. Definitely has that like raw metal look, which is pretty cool. Oh, cool. Okay, so that's awesome. The tool they give you is one of the metal ones. I'll show it to you closer in a minute. But they give you the metal tool and then a bunch of screws. The screws are definitely different than Stoked I screws, or like a lot like fatter, whatever, a lot bigger. But the metal tool is very, very nice. They give you like a little ball, like ball chain too, so you can kind of put it on your keys as well. That's awesome. And then the last two pieces down here are the legs for the bike rack. And these also have the same, kind of have the same look as the bike rack itself, kind of that raw metal. One cool thing though is both of these have these rubber feet, kind of like, let's see if we get it to focus. I'll show you a close up, but it's got these rubber feet in the bottom that are like kind of permanently in there. Those are definitely not coming out, so that's really, really cool. Does the picnic table have anything like that? Oh, the picnic table also, that's really nice, has these two indentions here, and there's rubber strips in there. So I'm sure if you tried hard enough, you could probably pull them out, but I imagine they are maybe inset. That's pretty cool that the non-sticks are kind of worked into the obstacle themselves. I think that's pretty neat. All right, so that is all she wrote. Let's put this away, and then let's go put everything together. All right, y'all, real quick, don't forget, I have my own website, anxietyoffline.com, where I sell a whole array of concrete obstacles and supplies. I sell obstacles, bushings, files, and a bunch of other stuff as well. So if you want to grab some fingerboard gear and support this channel, definitely head over to anxietyoffline.com and check out the store. If there's something you want on there that's not in stock, let me know by leaving a comment down below and I'll restock it very soon. I refresh the site regularly, so keep an eye out for new stuff. All right, back to the video. So putting it together was pretty easy. They do a lot to make sure that you can't really mess anything up. There's certain notches in the legs that correspond with notches kind of on the actual bike rack itself. So you have to put it a certain way. You can't put it the wrong way, otherwise it just like won't go together. So same with the picnic table. It kind of has to go one way, otherwise it won't really work. So I recommend having a bigger screwdriver because the one they give you is very, very small and probably going to be annoying to use to do that many screws. A bigger one helped a lot, but besides that, it was pretty easy. And here they are complete. There's the picnic table, very, very cool. And then there is the bike rack. So the construction on these is very, very nice. They're very, very heavy, very weighty. There's no plastic used in these at all. The only rubber pieces are like the rubber feet in there. The rest of these are solid metal and definitely shows. So I've been liking them a lot. I've been seshing both of these constantly since I got them on Friday, and today is Monday. It's been a couple days. But before I give you my final thoughts, let's see what the homies at Sunday Sesh thought of the picnic table here.
So we think it's great quality. It's a good build. It's solid. It's nice and heavy, but it is massive considered to the OG one.
True that.
Any opinions on it?
I kind of wish it was longer.
Yeah, same.
Man, that shit just heavy as
It's pretty sturdy though. I'll give it
Oh
that.
yeah, it's solid. It's definitely solid and not moving. It's definitely more of a quick hit obstacle.
Yeah.
But it is high, super high.
What do you think out of 10? What would you guys give it?
7.
I was gonna say 7.
7. I give it a 7.
Probably
Seven.
like a 6.
6 or 7 out of 10? Hell yeah. Cool. Thanks, guys.
For you.
As you can see, on average, this got a score of about 7 out of 10, which I gotta say is a pretty good, accurate assessment. All said and done, the set cost about $42 shipped. Obviously, if you could find it in store, it would be a little bit cheaper, but good luck finding this thing in store. It's hard enough to find online. So far, Target, Slush Cult, and I'm pretty sure Exodus Skate Shop has had some of these in stock. But I haven't seen any other stores with them so far. So is $40 a fair price point for both of these? I would say yes. It'd be cool to find it in stores to get a little bit cheaper, but if you can only get it online, I gotta say for 40 bucks, I'm definitely pretty happy. These are some nice obstacles here. There's a couple things I would change about the bike rack though. The bike rack is a little bit tall. I wish they would put the more emphasis into the length rather than the height. Because I think if it was just a little bit longer, it would be absolutely perfect. This is a really nice quality piece. I like that it screws together, so if you ever needed to, you could unscrew it, put it in your bag, and very easily travel with it. The only problem I think with it is is that it's a little bit tall and a little bit short. If you like tall obstacles, that's great. But if this thing just had another inch or two, it'd be about the same length as the Black River bike rack or the flat face bike rack, a lot of the more popular ones that we see. So if it had that length and like maybe just a little bit shorter height, it would still have these same bars in here and the same, you know, raw metal characteristics and the same quality, I would definitely mess with it a lot more. I like the round rail on top. It feels nice to grind on. It is just a little bit tall and a little bit short. And that's my only critique on it. Also, the screws, you're gonna have to keep retightening here and there because just kind of happens with like metal on metal. This one, you can kind of get some wiggle in there. One more thing, these feet are very wide on this thing. I gotta say, they're very wide, but for some reason, when you hit it from certain angles, it does want to tip over. So you might need to even tape these feet down or, you know, do something to kind of help it stay totally solid on the ground, even though these feet are so wide. And again, it's probably because it's just so tall. If it was a little bit shorter, then, you know, you probably wouldn't have that happening. Even though I have those critiques, it still is a very, very nice, very fun piece. Anybody could grab this, pick this thing up, and have a lot of fun with it. There's a lot of possibilities with it. Another cool thing is the Tech Deck bikes fit in these, you know, these tire holders here. So if you wanted to, it would make a really, really great display piece. You could easily display, you know, 5 Tech Deck bikes and then a couple Tech Decks too if you wanted to. With, you know, they're making an awesome display piece, awesome desk piece. But as well, it's an awesome piece to sesh. The metal feels very nice. It's very high quality. This thing is all metal all the way through. And then these rubber feet are inset in here. It's hard to even, I guess you could tear them out if you wanted to, but they're set in there very nice, nice and permanent, which is pretty cool. And it's all, like I said, it's got the screwed together construction. So if you wanted to, you could kind of take it apart, put it in your bag and very easily travel with it. But still, you could probably even just put it in your bag as is and not really worry about it too much besides losing a screw. I'd recommend tightening it as good as possible before doing that. But you can easily throw it in your bag and never worry about this getting bent or anything. It's a very, very solid, very nice die-cast construction, and it is raw metal. So if you wanted to, you could probably give this thing a pretty cool paint job. But that is the 2024 Tech Deck bike rack there. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the picnic table. And in my opinion, the picnic table kind of is the star of the show when it comes to this set. Just like the bike rack, it has metal construction all the way through. It has screws that you kind of screw, you screw everything together. There's no plastic involved anywhere in this. And just like the bike rack, this one also has some inlaid rubber feet, which are very cool. Now, one thing I noticed with this one, I'm not sure if it's just mine or if it could be more of them, so if you have the same one, let me know below in the comments, but mine did have like a slight wobble once I got it all together. I really could not figure out why. I went and loosened a bunch of the screws and retightened everything, made sure everything was like nice and flush. It still had a slight wobble. I was able to fix it by just putting an extra couple pieces of foam tape on the on one of the legs there. So that seemed to fix the issue. That was really my only gripe with it. And even though I feel the bike rack is a little bit short, I don't feel the same with this one. When I originally ordered it, I did think, oh, it'll kind of be a little bit of a smaller obstacle, but I like that it's metal. I definitely want to get it and test it out for a video. But since I got it, I actually like it a lot more than I thought I would. The length of this one seems, I wouldn't call it perfect. I think if it had a little more, maybe an inch or two, it would be a little bit more fun. But overall, the size of this thing does feel very nice relative to a fingerboard. I've been doing a lot of really cool tricks on here, and just overall, even though I thought it was going to be a smaller obstacle, the size really isn't bothering me. It's a really fun one to do tricks on. And I gotta say, the most fun thing about this obstacle, in my opinion, really is just the feel of it. When you go to grind on this one, or just to do tricks on it in general, the sounds it makes and just the way it feels on your trucks, on your wheels, is very, very satisfying. The fact that it's just so heavy and it's all metal all the way through gives it just a very, very nice feel. I'm glad that a big company like Tech Deck, like Spin Master, is putting more emphasis into doing stuff like this and not just doing all plastic fingerboards or all plastic ramps. Like doing things as cheap as possible. especially when they have the access and the ability to do really cool high quality mass produced pieces like this, because they are definitely going to sell. There's definitely a market for this kind of stuff. These things are sold out everywhere. Sorry, I lost some of my light. The sun's starting to go down, but these things are sold out everywhere. It's kind of hard to find one right now, so I really hope Spin Master and Tech Deck kind of get that memo and kind of start doing more stuff like this, because this is the stuff that fingerboarders want right here. This is the kind of stuff that'll draw more fingerboarders to Tech Deck, in my opinion. Now, whereas this one is a raw metal, this one is completely powder coated. So the tabletop and the benches here have a nice red powder coat on there, and then the legs have like a silver powder coat. So they're not raw, they actually have a silver paint on there to kind of give them a uniform look, which is pretty cool. I'm almost tempted to take the paint off the legs and maybe leave the tabletop as is, or I've even thought about painting the tabletop blue, because these picnic tables look a lot like these ones they have in my local parks that have like a blue top and blue benches. But I think that would be a cool custom idea, because this thing is die cast, so essentially you can treat it kind of like a Hot Wheel. You can throw it in some aircraft paint thinner, strip all that paint off there, and then repaint it, or even just leave it as is. I imagine it would have a nice raw metal look. So this is a very, very cool piece. A lot of possibilities when it comes to customization, when it comes to doing tricks. And I imagine this one will make a cool desk piece as well. And I want to talk a little bit about the weathering, because it is a metal painted object after all. And I've been seshing it all weekend, and so far it's taken basically no beating. I mean, there's some shallow scratches in there and everything, but it's taken basically no beating. There's a couple spots where the paint has chipped and everything like that, but it's the powder coat paint job on there is very, very nice. It still looks beautiful. I'm looking forward though to the day where I hope I sesh this thing for long enough to where these edges, start to become totally worn away. I imagine this thing will wear in very, very nice if you do sesh it for a long time. So overall, 7 out of 10 I think is a fair score for this, considering the price point, the size. But I do gotta say, this is one of my favorite things Tech Deck has made in the past, I don't even know how long, and they should definitely do more stuff just like this. This is the kind of stuff we want. Very high quality, even though it's mass produced, just a very, very nice, very, very, very nice piece. I've been enjoying this one a lot. And I like these lines a lot in here too. It's kind of the last thing I want to touch on. I like the fact they went the extra mile to not only put the separations kind of in the thirds there, but then to also add these kind of accents, because they do feel nice. If you can hit it from this side, which is kind of hard and even more technical, it does feel pretty cool. So that there is the Tech Deck bench. Alright, so I gotta say, these obstacles are super, super fun. I've been enjoying them a lot. I definitely recommend them if you can find them. They're kind of hard to find right now, but if you can manage to get your hand on a set, definitely grab one. I would give it a solid 7 or 8 even out of 10. And I really hope Tech Deck does more stuff like this coming in the future. So, I'm Anxiety Offline. Don't forget, I drop new fingerboard content every single week. So if you want to watch more videos just like this, leave a like, leave a comment, and I will see you back here next week. I have hours of fingerboarding content on this channel. Check out my backlog videos for a variety of fingerboard edits, tutorials, and just a bunch of cool videos in general. So that's about it. Don't forget, check out anxietyoffline.com, and I'll see you back here again next week. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.